We're coming to you live from our Auckland Park studios. This is Prime News on SABC 3. Here are the top stories making headlines this evening.
We can confirm that it's a 9mm cartridges that identify, so we suspect that it's a pistol that has been used.
5 men have been shot and killed outside a tuck shop in Jeffsville near Pretoria.
I didn't go to Davos because we're preparing for the ANC Lekgotla, the Cabinet Lekgotla, and SONA.
Domestic issues such as the ANC NEC Lekgotla, Government Lekgotla, and the State of the Nation address kept President Cyril Ramaphosa from going to the World Economic Forum. And former Independent Police Investigative Directorate Head Robert McBride has once again been called to order by members of a Parliamentary ad hoc committee sitting in Cape Town. It's a touch just after 8 o'clock. Good evening and welcome to Prime News on 3. I am Paulette Mel. Thank you so much for joining us this evening as we keep you abreast with the latest developments in and around your world this evening. With that said, let's get straight into it, beginning with this. Gauteng police have embarked on a manhunt following a fatal shooting that claimed 5 lives outside a tuck shop in a Jeffsville informal settlement of Atteridgeville, west of Pretoria. Police say the motive behind the mass shooting is unknown. Witnesses to the crime have indicated that 4 of the 5 men who were gunned down were passing by the tuck shop before suspects opened fire. This is the second mass shooting incident that has occurred in the Tshwane metro after the tavern shooting in Salisbury in early December.
We can confirm that it's a 9mm cartridges that identify, so we suspect that it's a pistol that has been used. This incident took place around 1:15 today, and the suspects currently are not identified. We are still interviewing witnesses to can confirm and give us more details as to the number of suspects and what the suspects were they using, because it cannot be confirmed right now whether the suspects were traveling in a vehicle or were on foot.
Domestic issues such as the ANC NEC Lekgotla, Government Lekgotla, and the State of the Nation address kept President Cyril Ramaphosa from going to the World Economic Forum. The ANC will this weekend hold its NEC Lekgotla that seeks to influence the Government Lekgotla on the 6 key priority areas of the January 8 statement. President Ramaphosa will also prepare the State of the Nation address to be delivered on the 12th of February.
Domestic politics are top priority for President Cyril Ramaphosa over global matters at the moment. A move that may be seen as South Africa trying to avoid contact or interaction with Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. South Africa's head of state says he has more pressing matters to deal with domestically and on the African continent with the upcoming AU summit.
I didn't go to Davos because we're preparing for the ANC Lekgotla, the Cabinet Lekgotla, and SONA. So all those tasks are quite engaging. And after that we go to the African Union. So it's a multiplicity of things. We need to bed down exactly what we need to be doing this year.
The head of state also stressed that recent military drills on the country's oceans were led by China, and South Africa only provided a platform. Iran's inclusion caused a diplomatic fallout with the White House, but President Ramaphosa says it was China leading the BRICS drills.
We've constituted a board of inquiry that is going to look very closely into what happened, how it happened, and what steps we now need to take. But more than that, we also need to see the extent to which we ourselves, even as we are not leaders and arrangers of some of these exercises, can take proactive action about certain things, participants and all that.
On other international matters, President Ramaphosa is not expecting an invite to form part of the Gaza Peace Board. Samkele Masego, SABC News, Boksburg.
Meanwhile, speaking at the World Economic Forum, United States President Donald Trump says the American economy has recorded strong performance 12 months after his return to the White House, citing rapid economic expansion, rising productivity and improved overall conditions. He says inflation has been brought under control during his administration.
After 12 months back in the White House, our economy is booming, growth is exploding, productivity is surging, investment is soaring, incomes are rising, inflation has been defeated, our previously open and dangerous border is closed and virtually impenetrable, and the United States is in the midst of the fastest and most dramatic economic turnaround in our country's history. Under the Biden administration, America was plagued by the nightmare of stagflation, meaning low growth and high inflation, a recipe for misery, failure, and decline. But now, after just 1 year of my policies, we are witnessing the exact opposite: virtually no inflation and extraordinarily high economic growth.
In more related news, speaking to the SABC News on the sidelines of the forum underway in Davos, Switzerland, Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition Davos says there's a need to reinforce a multilateral system and follow a rule-based system for global trade to progress.
You can't insulate. You trade with countries. You have to create rules against which you're able to trade with countries. You have to create certainty for business to be able to invest and create certainty on the trading environment. And I think a lot of emphasis has been placed in various sessions here about how that evolves. And some certain proposals have been put on the table. We'll be having a session of ministers tomorrow on the World Trade Organization, which is a precursor to the World Trade Organization Council of Ministers that's taking place in Cameroon in March.
Into this now, former Independent Police Investigative Directorate head Robert McBride has once again been called to order by members of a parliamentary ad hoc committee sitting in Cape Town. Committee members raised concern about what they described as inappropriate hand gestures, facial expressions and arrogant responses from McBride while he was responding to questions during the proceedings. McBride is on his second and final day of testimony before the committee, which is probing allegations of criminal infiltration, corruption and political interference within South Africa's criminal justice system.
Member of your family was your child, correct?
Well, you're starting to get very personal now.
No, I'm asking.
No, you're asking about my child.
Yes, I am asking about your child.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be. You should mind your own business about my family.
No, but it's public knowledge because it was in a court of law.
Yes, it is, but it's my family.
So you are not going to answer it?
No, I'm just saying, watch it also.
Is there no polite way to make the statement that you have made? Is there no polite way?
Chair, you've been very polite here. Yeah. We've been undermined since Mr. McBride arrived here this morning. From the very first questioning, and we've been sitting here and you've been quiet, and you've been cheering like you are, I don't know. And it's not right. Mr. McBride, you can't come here and threaten any member of parliament. I heard you say you must watch it. What is that? We are not out here in the field. There's nothing that, no, I don't even bring your mic to your mouth yet. You are undermining us. And we've been sitting here and we've just been quiet. And Chair, you're not protecting us. Then we may as well just pack up and go. Because this is becoming like a podcast. It's no longer an investigation into anything.
Mr. McBride needs to pull himself towards himself. He's been doing this since yesterday, telling us he owes us an apology before we can just move on, and threatening us. We're not going to take that lightly. How do we continue questioning him if he's being that hostile to a member of parliament and we're just meant to carry on?
After the break, violent clashes erupt once again at Addington Primary School in Durban between civic organizations, the MK Party against foreign national parents. More on this when we return. Welcome back to this now. Violent clashes have erupted once again at Addington Primary School in Durban between the civic organizations and the MK Party against the foreign national parents. The organizations claim that local children are being sidelined and that foreign national learners are given priority. Police had to intervene to disperse the warring groups.
It began as a peaceful demonstration, but later descended into chaos. Foreign national parents fetching their children were forced to do so under heavy police escort, as groups of angry South Africans blocked the gates. The organizations are demanding that the school enroll South African learners they claim have not been placed. As tensions escalated, police moved in, using water cannons and stun grenades to disperse the crowd and protect parents and children.
These people need a meeting to sit down, but right now I also did call the office of the Premier, Mr. Ntuli, to come here right now to listen to the South African people, because this is a mess that we are seeing here.
The ANC disputes the allegations made by the protesters and says of the 1,548 learners, 900 of them are South African. Around 528 are foreign nationals, with only 12 foreign nationals found to be undocumented.
The allegation that the majority of learners in this school are foreign nationals is unfounded, is untrue. We have the records and we can actually show that part.
Civic organizations have disputed these findings.
I've seen statements from the department saying the situation is under control. How is the situation under control if these children are still not in school? So we know they're not going to engage us. They want us to march in front of these hundreds of police here so that we can look like we are dysfunctional people who are trying to disturb a place of learning.
The department must give us proof that really we have more than 900 children who are South Africans in this particular school. They can give us to our legal team, they can give it to the legal team of March and March. We'll appreciate that. Can they show us that proof that really the majority of the children that are being educated in the school are foreigners, because are South Africans, because foreigners are dominating in the surrounding area and they have been admitted in the school.
The Department of Education says the school has reached its capacity. They've advised parents who are struggling to place their children to contact the department. For SABC News, I am Jade Holser in Durban.
In other news, community leader Thembela Gonywa says residents of the Seporong informal settlement near Randfontein in the West Rand have been living in fear of illegal miners known as Zamazamas since last year. This follows reports that more than 600 families were forced to flee their homes and are now sheltering at a nearby community hall after allegedly being chased out of the area by illegal miners.
This started on the October, when the one guy was killed near the railway station. Then we did not take it seriously. We thought it was just a randomly killing, just because in South Africa we have many crimes. But when it happened on November the 9th, whereby 2 of our community team members died and 4 of them were injured and go to the hospital, that's when we realized that things were very bad, because those Zamazamas, when they arrived that day, they arrived around 7:30. They shot more than 100 rounds of R4, R5 and 9mm. They started shooting around 7:30 until 11 o'clock at night. That day we called the police station, thousands of calls. The police station did receive them, but we did not get any help from the police station. The reason we find ourselves here today, because there have been many occasions. We have been to the human settlement, we have been to the police station, we have been to the municipality, only asking for one thing: when are we being allocated into our houses? Because there's the place that we are living in, we are being terrorized each and every day. The Zamazamas come into our homes, taking all our belongings. If we choose to flee from the place we are living in, leaving all our items there, our materials, our tools, coming here just for safety, doesn't that prove something to the municipality or our government?
Pikitup services have been disrupted in Randburg, north of Johannesburg, as casual workers embarked on a work stoppage since last week Wednesday. They demand permanent positions, which they say they were promised by the waste management company in 2023. The gate at the depot has been blocked with garbage and waste. The workers have accused the company of nepotism, as 300 unknown people were hired permanently in 2024.
There was little movement at the Randburg Pikitup depot as the casual workers blocked the entrance with garbage and waste, leading to a heavy stench. They are protesting against what they say is breach of contract, saying they have been promised to be permanent employees of the company since 2023. Despite these promises, they say 300 new people were hired permanently by the company in 2024. These employees have accused the company of nepotism. He says there is nepotism in the company and he knows people who got the job due to who they know. It's been 3 years of empty promises and all they want is for their work to be valued.
Since they apply for post a permanent job.
He says they've been working as casual workers for more than 6 years now. They did all the interviews, vettings and medicals in 2024, but still they are not hired. Pikitup has disputed the accusations of nepotism within the company.
We've even encouraged them to report these matters. Well, they have not been reported internally with Pikitup, but at least with the City of Johannesburg's Group Forensic Department, which is currently investigating those allegations. And we are awaiting that full report, the outcome thereof. We encourage the employees basically to can do that. It's up to them. The law allows them to do that.
The workers have threatened to continue with work stoppage until their demands are met. Puseletso Mokwena, SABC News, Randburg.
When we return, 3 UEFA Champions League matches get underway this evening. More on this after a short break. Thank you for staying with us. Let's look into this now. City of Cape Town officials are busy verifying the number of victims affected by a fire that ripped through the A section at Masiphumelele. At this stage, it is estimated that several hundred informal dwellings have been destroyed. The blaze broke out amid gusting winds and it took fire extinguishers supported by 2 helicopters several hours to douse the flames.
While the cause of the blaze has not yet been ascertained, residents say the windy conditions made it hard to contain the fire, which broke out on Tuesday afternoon. Many are hard at work trying to clear fire debris in order to secure their sites and to rebuild. For some, this is the second time losing all their possessions in a shack fire. There's been a desperate appeal for materials to rebuild.
Everybody was busy taking up their stuff, and I couldn't have a chance now to take my own stuff. All the stuff I've lost there, even my IDs and my other stuff that are very important, my bank cards. So I have to make new stuff now again.
Officials from the City of Cape Town and provincial government are on scene to verify and support fire victims.
Solid Waste will come on board if Solid Waste get the call, which I will log. But the residents must bring the stuff out to the road. As you could see, there's no space for a tractor to come in, neither for trucks to come in. But if they could put it on the nearest point where the trucks can upload, we have a very relationship with Solid Waste.
The Gift of the Giver says that while it has been relatively quiet over the festive period, a significant number of people have been affected by shack fires in a short space of time, including those in Dunoon near Milnerton recently. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Masiphumelele.
Let's now take a look at your latest market update as recorded at 7:30 this evening. Well, with that, the time now to get the latest update on temperature changes. It's over to the weather desk for the details. Do stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome. Let's take a look at tonight's weather conditions as well as tomorrow. Clear skies over the western as well as the southwestern parts of the country. Otherwise, partly cloudy conditions with isolated showers and thunder showers through the central, eastern as well as the northeastern parts. Tomorrow, starting off with early morning fog patches in places over the eastern interior and along the western coastal regions and the adjacent interior. Otherwise, a fine day over the western parts of the country. Partly cloudy through the southern, central as well well as the eastern parts, with isolated showers and rain expected along the southern coastline. Showers and thunder showers in places over the northern, central, as well as the northeastern parts of the country, where scattered showers and thunder showers are forecast over the northern parts of Limpopo. Now, for this evening, South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning for damaging coastal winds along the southwestern coastline, and then severe thunderstorms over the eastern parts of the Northern Cape into the western parts of the Free State. Tomorrow, seeing disruptive rainfall, possibly leading to localized flooding over the northern parts of Limpopo. High fire danger conditions over the western and southern interior. Now, overnight temperatures seen Bloemfontein down to 16, California at 17. Fires here in Johannesburg expecting to start off our morning with a minimum of 13, peaking at 25. 38 is your maximum in Appleton, 32 in Worcester. Makhanda, very hot conditions with 38, 35 in Mthatha. Port St. John's, a maximum of 30. Durban peaking at 31. And then on Friday, warm to very hot conditions over the central and western parts, where it will be clear. Otherwise, isolated showers and rain expected along the southern coastal regions. Showers and thunder showers in places over the northeastern as well as the eastern parts of the country. That's your weather. To stay tuned.
That concludes our time together this evening. Much gratitude for being with us tonight. Let's meet again next time. For now, it's good night. God bless. Pula.